Starts. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2-Hour Track Challenge. My name is Ben_Burns. And today, I'm going to put on my headphones. So, bye, sweetie.
Why are you going to put on your headphones?
Because it's better for me to make music with my headphones on.
Oh, okay. Have fun.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just saying.
No, I didn't know if you were doing it because I'm in the room. So, as long as you're not doing it because I'm in the room.
It's best YouTube intro ever. I love you. Okay. But yeah, we're going to make a song in 2 hours or less, or your money back, but you didn't pay for anything. So I guess that's how you get there. So I don't have a whole lot of ideas today, but I am make a track using only loops. Now, that's not a bad idea. That actually sounds really hard. That actually sounds extremely hard. So by loops, do you mean audio files or like actual like loops? Because you can go onto Splice and essentially download the stems of a song and then you basically rearrange that. There's a genre of music called filter house, which is basically filter house. Basically that, which is fun to mess with, but it would also be like a 2-minute long stream. I took this D&B look Splice challenge. You can't use more than one loop from a Splice pack. Oh man, that actually sounds really fun. I don't know if I'm going to do that for this one because I just started the timer, but taking a drum and bass loop and stretching it out to 2 times is actually pretty cool. House music, yes. Okay, so for some reason... Oh, okay, so this is the wrong tempo, that's why. 174. Hearse racing music. Oops. Hey, Really Corn, how are you? Okay, so I actually really like this so far. Just grabbing some random samples is a lot of fun. The kick is a little, flubby, so I'm gonna put a different one in. This is also the wrong tempo, but I actually like it. I spent too much time in Canada, and now it's hoose music. Yep. We've been watching Letterkenny, which is terminally Canadian. It's very funny, and I have a hard time taking it very serious. Yes, pitter patter. It's such a weird show because it's kind of like Hicks, except they're very smart, and it's like this weird. I hate saying juxtaposition because it makes me sound like a snotty artist, but it's like this weird contrast of people, and I'm actually we're really enjoying it. At least I am. I think you're enjoying it too.
Yeah, it takes me a good 10 minutes to get into it though.
They talk very fast.
They talk so Canadian and so fast. I can't. I feel like they're speaking a different language.
Yeah, the wordplay in that show is pretty incredible. Hey, Dequil, how are you doing, man? Yeah, they talk very... I'm really glad we have closed captioning on when we watch Letterkenny, because I would not be able to keep up otherwise. Sounds good? Yeah. I mean, we just literally started 3 minutes ago, but you can't go wrong with a chill beat. We can work on chopping this up a little bit. I really do, like you mentioned, I like this snare that has this long... I think I can make that happen. Okay, so we can put a swing on this, and join, duplicate. There we go. So we can do a couple things here, which will give it a little bit more juice. Shaping the Silence is bringing a raid with a party of 9 people. Thank you so much for that, my buddy. I can get you a little bit of piano to celebrate the momentous occasion. Oh, my piano's still not working with that, is it? Oh, that's why. How you doing, Shaping? It's been a while. Whoops. There it is. How you guys doing today? I'm doing well. You didn't ask, but I answered anyway. Anyway, we just started this song, and I'm really digging it so far. Putting together gear for a live performance. Oh yeah. That's awesome. Because you have that like huge button array, right? That you made a while ago. I think that thing's so cool. Okay. Why is there a gap in this kick? I'm not married to this kick either. It needs a little bit more. What kind of music shaping? Bunch more stuff. Yeah. He does kind of everything. Like you're not just limited shaping. You kind of do a lot of different types of music. I'll let you answer that. Double kick? Maybe. I just wanted a kick with a little bit more high end, really. If I toss a little, one thing I love to do is I toss like just a little overdrive on there. It's like sprinkling salt on it. It's so good. Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool dude. It's fun to watch streaming. Okay. So I think what we can do with this initial loop is we can continue building off of it, and then yeah, I need to get like a shout out command or something for this. No, so links are cool. As long as you're not like linking to like butts.com or something. Please don't try to link to butts.com. I'd have to mute you. I'm sure that goes somewhere where I don't think is appropriate. That's the first thing that came to mind. So okay, so I need an open hat too. There's some blackbirds out on the feeder. I don't know why I'm using these. Yes, exactly. That domain is for sale? Wow. That's, I'm sure. Hey, Dark, what's up, man? I'm sure it's not for sale for cheap. But, oh man, you could say you're the proud owner of butts.com. That would be pretty cool. All right. Take care, man. Don't go to butt.com. No. Okay, I don't know if I like these samples. I'm trying to like move a little bit away. Yeah. You might want to... Let me just gonna go and see if I can delete that message just to be safe. I don't want to ban it. God. Fen, do you mind I think you're a mod, aren't you? Do you mind just deleting that one message? Just to, like, not have some kind of... No. Listen, we've established, and maybe you're a little newer here, but we've established that I'm Stream Dad, not Stream Daddy. And that's an important distinction. You're not? Could have sworn that you were. Well, now you are. Yeah, it's nothing against that one message. It's mostly the fact that I just don't want to have some kind of like search engine or like Google DeepMind to go through there and be like, oh, somebody's posting porn on Ben's channel. Yeah. Anyway, these hats aren't weird enough yet, but we're gonna get there. Yeah. Ooh, that's harsh, dude. Yeah, it does have some like C418 vibes to it. Exactly. So I recently picked up I don't think I'm going to use this, but I wanted to show it off. It's called Lossy. It's by Goodhertz, and it essentially emulates packet loss. I don't think it's really the right thing for this, but it sounds really cool. It is some pretty cool... There we go.
Remember to save.
Hey everybody, remember to save. Detailed advice about grout. No, I know a little bit about home improvement. I'm working on that. But at the moment I'm still a little babers. I think a little Valhalla room is what we need for this though. That's delay. Delay's kind of cool too, but I wanted the room. Mostly just for more Sonic the Hedgehog, because no. A little more Sonic separation, stereo separation. Okay, I'm going to do a little side chaining here. Not a lot. Just enough to duck it out of the way. Man, where should we go from here, though? I feel like the hats are a little too robotic, so I'm going to humanize them a little bit by giving them some kind of random velocities, and then I can go back and turn off the grid. The grid. Everybody remember the movie Tron? That had a good soundtrack. Sorry if I'm kind of random today. One of the things that I've noticed with making these types of songs is the less that you're on the grid, the better. And this is one thing that I really miss from FL Studio. It also, as a side note, it also helps to go before the beat instead of after the beat, but sometimes you can do a little bit of both. With FL Studio, you had like a jiggle option or something with this, so you could like move it just a little bit, and it was so valuable. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of moving stuff around a little bit, And the other thing I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to think about like the context of this song, because like always, I like having songs with a little bit of a story or a narrative or something. And that's also kind of where I get the names for these songs too. So I need to figure that out also. Hat 69, everybody. Nice. Yeah, that's something like that. It lightly randomizes the offsets and velocities. Yeah, it's so nice, and it's like something that I wish. Yeah, I wish they had. Like, you can do something like that with the groove. iAffinity 1. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Where's my pedal? There's my pedal. Thank you so much for the follow. Waveform is up. Waveform. Oh yeah, waveform's cool. One of the things I was thinking, like before the stream starts, I'm always thinking about like what I should do during the stream, and very rarely it actually happens. But I was thinking about some kind of arpeggiation thing. I was remembering the song from, I think, season 6 of the 2-hour track challenge called Apoapsis, which had this really cool arpeggiation, and it was a very simple song, but it definitely got the job done. This is also an E flat minor. I have, Pohi. I haven't messed around with it a ton yet, but it was a good time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's -4, not -5. So this definitely changes the tone of it. But I have messed with Massive X a little bit, and it's a real good piece of software. I'm still getting used to how the workflow goes though, because it's definitely drastically different from traditional Massive. Why is this not? There we go. It's like not snapping to the grid, even though the grid's on. This is a... Whoops. It's also... There we go. Tito. Kitty. That's not for you. That's a people drink. Okay. This was not... Okay. No, I'm just dumb. Okay. That's bad. I just wanted to get something in there, and it's like I can't do math anymore, apparently. I don't think an arpeggiation is the right way to go here. Let's get rid of that. I'm just trying to think of where this goes. Yeah, I liked it where it was, but when you transpose it, it kind of takes on a new like feel to it, just due to the nature of the granulation that happens while it gets transposed. Also, it benefits me because it's in a key that I'm familiar with. So, you know, this could also benefit from maybe a little like phasing. Not a lot. See, that's a little too much phasing, I think. Heavier sidechain, huh? I can do that. Whoop. I also think I should put this on here. Let's try layering this with something. Something with a long attack. Oops. Yeah, it helps if I choose. Yeah. Okay, so it's that. Let's try to figure out these chords real quick. Hey, Zelgroth, what's up, man? I mean, that's easy. Is that really what it is? It's hard to tell. Something like that. Hey, Zaxis, thank you so much for that resub. 17 months in a row. That's pretty amazing. I really appreciate that. I will get you a little piano in just a second. I just gotta figure out where I'm going with this. Ooh, that's a little too dark for this. Future disco. No. I think that's really the right call if we're going to go with this route. But we'll see if this works. But first, thank you so much for the resub. It might be the new Benwave track. We haven't had a Benwave track in a while. Thank you so much for that. I don't know where I'm gonna. Whoops. Yeah, see, that's too. Hey, Wobbly. I'm doing well. How are you, man? Pretty basic, but it'll get the job done for now. I feel like, oh, it's good to hear. I feel like this song just needs a hook of some sort. Like right now, it's got kind of like a chilled beat. I mean, one thing I can do is I can see if there's any like sounds, instruments. Synth, brass and woodwind. I mean, I could see if there's like a cool like flute solo or something. It does not have a bass yet. Why does this show nothing? Is this my collection? Browse. Instruments. Apparently, flutes don't exist on here, which I find hard to believe. No, I think a bass would definitely help, though, and maybe that's the next step in this. I was just thinking, like, if we can get a cool flute solo or something. Why doesn't this show anything? That's kind of weird. Saxophone. There's saxophone things. That's real weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is. But I would think it would be cool to, like, take something and chop it up. Way too upbeat. That's kind of cool. That's bananas. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I'm just kind of messing around right now, you know? Yeah, let's try that. So what I want to do is I want to take that and I want to chop it up. But you're right that it would be cool to get a nice bass in there. Funk triangle wave bass underneath the chords. Oh, man. You're speaking my language. Oh, I should find a rare saxophone clip. You're right. Those are the choice ones. You get those rare saxophone clips. Isn't there? No, I'll just do operator. Operator has triangle. Boom, 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 boom. Could be something real basic too. Ugh, man. That's hard to...
Remember to save.
Hey, everybody, remember to save. I figure I can make this a little bit more interesting than just a raw triangle, but I think it's kind of the starting point. Saturator. Doing funk stuff is actually kind of hard for me sometimes. So what I'll do is I'll try to make something. Yeah, so this gives it a little bit more bite on the higher end, which is important. Get those hands real loose for funk. Yeah, funk music is something that I'm still learning. And that's the whole process is learning. So, you know, it's not a bad thing, but so I'm not going to try to do this one by hand. Alerts haven't been coming through. That's okay, Madam Barry. You're not awful at all. I know how it goes. So another thing is these notes have to be real short. Yeah, it's emphasizing like the one and making sure that everything is kind of synced up. The toll boy, yep. Yep. dig it. I might give it a little bit more, a little more chunk. Nope. Too much chunk. Yeah, there we go. See, I mean, that kind of just turns it into a... It's too much. I don't know. It's hard to find the right bass for this. I like the idea of sticking with like the raw triangle wave, but I feel like it needs a little bit more on the top end. That's kind of a clave feel. That's not bad. So I wanted to increase that so I could lower the cutoff. So if I wanted to increase it later for like emphasis, I can. So how have you been lately, Madam Barry? I missed your stream today. I had a lot of meetings. I hope you've been well. Oops, wrong channel. I noticed that this is at 100 BPM. Maybe I should lower this to 90. Oops, let's get rid of that for a second. Nah, like 100. So this needs to get changed. Although I want to chop this up, but I feel like just kind of see where it's at. I almost want to go like this too. Felt like a pretzel. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I've definitely had nights like that too, where I wake up and I'm just like, what did I do last night? It's like this kind of Tyler Durden feel to it, where all of a sudden I feel like I just worked a whole day overnight, and I don't know why. So I've definitely been there. Yeah, I think I read the book. I honestly can't remember. I definitely enjoyed the movie. Did I lose that grace note? Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to just chop it up into a bunch of pieces and throw it in the bay, or just use it in this song. I don't know. I'm kind of weird today, and I apologize. I'm in a weird mood. Yeah. So instead of the boring old Ableton delay here. I think I'm going to toss the Valhalla delay in here because it's really good. Let's go for, I like the tape, but let's put it in future. Give yourself, I'm weird every, yeah. Well, I mean, there's that too. A little diffusion, a little color, crank up the wow and lower the flutter. Flutter is hard to wrangle sometimes. So let's see how this sounds. I should have put this on eighth notes, huh? Eighth notes. What's the millisecond value of an eighth note in this dang song? That's 16th. There we go. 300. Either it did the math for me or I just wanted a little separation on this. So now it should sound... Now it kind of like separates from your ears rather than just kind of sticking to the beat. So it feels like it's kind of sublimating. Gotta bring this back down though. Yeah, sure. Sounds about right. Listen, words are just an idea. It depends on how you use them. Found a weird loop point in this song. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I kind of like it, but I feel like it needs something. And I'm missing that something right now. So as always, suggestions are appreciated. That's better. I don't really know. See, like this one, this kind of meanders a little bit, and I don't know if I like that. And it just kind of stops. So thanks for that splice. Real bass guitar layered with the synth bass you got. That's not a bad idea either. I don't know if I could learn that. I might try though. Or even if I do something real basic, it's better than... It's real fast, though. I don't know if I'd be able to play that. Probably not the right one, huh? Even if I just layer it a little bit. Otherwise, I could also like take one sample and I could run it through a sampler, which I might do. I could also just, you know, Yeah, I don't know if I could play that fast. I'm not that good at bass guitar yet. Hi, kitty. You can't help. Maybe if I do something basic like that. We'll try it. Why not? We got all the time in the world, right? Yeah. I don't know if I could do that. I might... Yeah. I need more practice, man. I actually haven't played my guitar in a long time. But now's not the time. With the clock ticking down, you know? So I might grab a Scarabee bass and lay it on top of this. Just to give it a little bit more depth. Otherwise, I could find another instrument that would help too, but we'll start with this and see if it works. I think I have it in here. Oh, I don't. Dang it, I had to format before. This is the wrong contact anyway, which might also be why it's not in there. Anyway, I'll look through here just to make sure, but I might not have it. Some brass might be good, though. Vintage. Oh, funk guitarist. That's guitarist, though. Whatever. Guitars and basses are basically the same thing. It's perfect. It's not a conflict at all. Although that might actually fit pretty well if we do it right. Let's do this. Except this would be more up here. And yes, remember to save, everybody. So I need to temper. Yeah, I don't know if that works. Because these are just different patterns, right? What? Where is it choosing these chords from? Oh my god. They're like all over the place. Okay, am I not able to choose these chords, or is it chosen for me? It's chosen for me. Well, that makes me feel less than fun, because I doubt I'm going to find C minor in here. That's the other problem, where I'm comfortable writing in C minor, and yeah, you can try. I don't think it's going to work, though. Oh, yeah, and that's not even in tune. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We got time. Anyway. I really dig this so far. I feel like we're missing that hook that's really going to kind of, tie the room together. And I know that it's in there somewhere. I really like how soft this is. We've got time. That's not a bad song name. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, if we can figure out how, like, what this song is about, that would definitely help structure the song in a way where I can, like, continue working on it. So it's like, when you listen to it, what do you feel? What do you feel when you listen to it? Something about this bass line isn't sticking well with me either. Maybe it's because I've heard it too much. Maybe it moves around too much. Or let me check this filter real quick. Give it a little bit of a spike, and I think that would help too. Yeah. God, additive synthesis is so difficult sometimes. There we go. We've Got Time isn't a bad song name, though. I kind of dig that. I might turn on a fan, though. It's starting to get a little warm.
Turn on a fan? Yeah. I'm going to just shut the windows.
No. It's just warm with the headphones on. This fan's starting to die. It'll get there. Thank you. Okay. I turned on another fan. 2 of the 3 fans in this room are now on. We'll see if we need the third. Okay, so another thing, let's just move this over to the proper position. Like that. Okay, we'll move this around a little bit. We'll make another 4 bars here so we have some room to explore the space. And then let's... Actually, I do think I'm going to call this song We've Got Time. Even though we might not. That's not the point. Ableton Projects. 2-hour tracks, 2019. 2009, 07, 10. We've got time. Oh, cool. Ableton just sent a crash message, but it's not going to crash. I don't know why it does that. So, yeah. Okay. So there's -12 plus negative. Yeah. Okay, so let's work on finding a new splice for that. See, I like this sample, but it's real boring in places. This might be too long. That is too long. Feels like it's falling apart at the seams a little bit here, which is fine. Ain't the first time it's happened, and it won't be the last. So how's everybody doing today? We gotta get some chat going on in chat, you know what I mean? Or not if you don't want to. Like I'm not your mom, I'm your dad. I don't care if you talk. You gotta be social though. If you're not social, you never make new friends, you know? And how are you gonna get through school without friends? I sure did. Or didn't. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. Mulling over some music quandaries, yeah. I know how it goes. Just coding. Yeah, okay, I think we're good on that sample, so we can work on that to chop things up. Okay, let's mess with this. It has a cool little flange to it that I didn't notice before. Getting your game done. Oh no, man. What's going on? I thought it was mostly done. Program with someone talking in the background. Yeah, I have a hard time with that too, to be honest. But try new things for a while. Yeah. I'm kind of at that stage as well right now, because I just got back from a vacation. Well, I guess I just got back a week ago, but okay. I think what we need with this song is like a complete change of pace. And I'm not saying we basically, well, I'm kind of saying that we make like an entirely different song and we try to mash them together, which I think might work really well, because I think this song, as it stands, is really good as kind of a cool lo-fi track. And I found this like channel on Spotify that's like lo-fi jams and stuff, and all the songs are like a minute and a half long. It kind of bummed me out, really. Oh yeah, no, I know all about that stage from Color Jumper, where it's just like I did all the fun stuff, and now I have to make menus and do localization, and it's just like, oh, this stuff sucks. Yeah, you'll get there though, dude. Like you got all the hard stuff done. You gotta power through the boring stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually really, I do okay when streaming or when like programming with noise in the background, but sometimes it gets too distracting. Oops. Okay. Let's get, this is real basic, but I think I want to get oops. I have like too many folders now. There we go. I actually really like that simple. I shouldn't re-trigger now. There we go. Find some of the interesting parts that there are that I didn't realize. Yeah, and like when I was doing, like one of the last things I did with Color Jumper was design all the bonus levels that nobody would ever really see because the game is too hard and not a lot of people know that it exists. But making those bonus levels was actually a ton of fun because I was able to take the mechanics that I had created and then do weird stuff with them just to see if I could. I think the wow is a little too much. So yeah, that helps give it a little bit more depth. It's a little loud, but that's okay. It also sounds like a piano.
Remember to save.
Yeah. So I think what we need to do is we need to marry the sax with something else. And not anything crazy, but I think just doing some basic... Oh, yeah, I was going to do some horns as well. So I don't want to get in the way of this too much. But this is almost... I mean, it's signified as a pad. I put it in the pad section, and it's mostly just as a pad. So if I put some Rhodes on top of it... Maybe you don't want to work for me today. You guys on strike? Why is it not recognizing that? What did I just delete? Okay, let's just rebuild this real quick just to make sure that I'm not going crazy. Okay, well now it's not. Yeah. Well, I just kind of went off the rails there, huh? They're good chords, but they're not not positioned properly at all. Because these need to go like here, and these need to go like here. It's all good. We'll get there. I have a pedal down on this, and that's not good for business. There we go. going with that. I'm starting too high. Now I'm just writing over myself. Oh, where's this going? Where is this going? Where is this going? It's going somewhere. It's definitely going somewhere. And I'm going to find out. We're going to find out together. Actually, that's perfectly fine like that. It's like part of me just wants to make this jam, but part of me wants to make like layers and layers and layers and layers. And I'm having a hard time sussing out exactly what I want with this one. It's more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It's a little aimless. It's a little aimless right now. It needs direction. I'm also trying to be too fancy, and I think that might be part of my problem too. Like, there have been songs where it's like, you can just go up and down the scale, and that's all you need to do sometimes. You just need to do it well. There, perfect. I was wondering, let's go through our sample crate and see if there's anything. See, I'm not going to use this one.
I heard of one rapper, he chopped this guy's whole body off. Just left the dick behind.
Don't you mean they chopped off his dick?
No, I mean they held his dick and chopped his whole body off. That's all he was in the end, a dick.
Maybe that would fit. Oh, man. Oh, where was the other one? I got one.
Television advertisements, you know? Subway, eat fresh. As much as I don't respect the Subway Corporation, you know, at least Subway Canada, I think eat fresh is a great slogan. They managed to convince an entire continent, if not the globe, that eating a foot of bread was somehow good for you.
I don't know why. That cracks me up every time. Why is this one called Take Your Time? That'd be perfect.
You're going to have a much better result.
What is
and what's
this?
even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to,
What is this
because I
from?
rushed through the project. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can, and try to make the product
this,
as perfect as you can.
I think this is
And
Brian Funk.
Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to perform that job as flawlessly as you. Piss poor performance.
Where did I
What
get
this
this
means
from?
is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly.
Why I almost always like mark where this came from. I mean, that sounds like it would be good. I want to just try this though, just because it's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid.
I heard rapper? I heard of one rapper. He chopped this guy's whole body off. Just left the dick behind.
Don't you mean they chopped off his dick?
No, I mean they held his dick and chopped his whole body off. That's all he was in the end. A dick.
That doesn't fit at all. What does fit is this one, but I'd really like to attribute it. I can't remember where it came from.
Set up to perform that job as flawless. Piss poor performance. What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
Where is
The
this
worst
from?
thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues.
I
And
think
what's
it's from a
even worse
game
than that is
dev
you end
stream.
up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. You know, maybe you get a product working, but now you have doubts as to, you know, does this module or does this synth actually sound like the way it should?
Maybe.
Or were there other problems because I rushed through the project? So don't be that person. Take your time and really
I think I might do that. I'm gonna have to dig up where this came from.
up to piss poor performance. What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make
I'm
sure
gonna chop
that
this
you
up
are
a bit,
set
though.
up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result. The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. You know, maybe you get a product working, but now you have good, you know,
Okay, I don't need this.
working, but now you have doubts as to, you know, does this module or does this synth actually sound like the way it should? Or were there other problems? And problems because I rushed through the project. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can. And try to make the product as perfect as you can. And then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Okay, I need to figure out who said that, but that's like perfect for this. Okay, so I think we can kind of start working on building an arrangement here. I don't know. This one's kind of a weird one for me. It's like I thought I had this one like locked down right away, and then it kind of got away from me. Like we only have 50 minutes left. I say only, but that's like half the time. So, like, you know, what are you gonna do? Back to basics. We'll get this working. Oh, there's a lot of frequency cancellation there. Okay. Yeah. I think we're going to get there. I'm just trying to remember where this came from because that's really important. I want to make sure that I attribute wherever this came from.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result. What this means is...
Okay.
What this means is if you take your time and plan...
I don't know. Maybe this... I'm having doubt now. I'm giving myself doubt. That's not good.
What this means is...
Oh, man.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result. What this means is if you...
Okay. Get a little jam in there. And I might also have to mess with the drums a little bit. That would probably help. So we can spread this out. Okay.
Remember to save.
Oh. Drive safe, sweetie.
result.
Yeah. I think we just got to go with the chill jam. And that's okay. We'll basically just build a couple layers on here, and then we'll be solid for a little bit, and then we can maybe work on a different section to help split this up a little bit, just because I don't want to just have it be exclusively these two loops, but you know, we got to start somewhere. Why did this chop here? Set to pitch, not pan. Okay. We're building the structure of a song, so at least we're making forward progress now.
The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good.
Okay. We're getting there.
So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can.
Okay, so we're gonna have to re-record some stuff here, but that's okay. God, I need to remember where this came from, though. That's gonna seriously bother me. I'm still really warm. I'm gonna actually listen to this without headphones, just to make sure that everything's... sounded all right. Hey, Yegrick, how are you? Let's actually start with a simpler bass line for this part. And then we can go a little bit more nuts later on. Hopefully that's just your side, not mine. I'm doing all right. I was doing well on this song, and then I hit kind of a block, and I think that we finally got past it, which is nice.
The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good.
Is everything okay, sweets? Okay.
So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can, and try to make the product as perfect as you can, and then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Okay, so what we can do is we can go like this, and then like this, and we can bring it all back. A lot of copying and pasting right now, I know, but sometimes it just has to be done. Wiggle the cable. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. Oh, that's why that sounded weird. I pasted them in the wrong... Did I paste? What's going on here? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm just a big old dumb. There we go. Okay. Drive safe. Ooh. Ooh. So I think what I want to do here is I want to just build out the rest of the song, and then I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this. This is like such a weird one because it had such good momentum at the start, and then it just kind of fizzled. One thing that I've done in the past yeah, and that's the thing. Okay, yeah. Let's talk. Hey kids, let's rap real quick. Not every song has to be a banger, or as you kids call it these days, a slapper. Sometimes you just want to chill out, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with making a song that is just basic and a good vibe. You know? stop searching for the sick drops, man, and just relax. Although that's a pretty... Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, this cat's driving me nuts. Where'd that go? There it is. Where's the drop? Listen, I have a rule in this stream where if somebody says that, I have to go find a drop. Oh, shit, you're right. That would actually work really well. I actually like how Ableton distorts that weird. Oh, that is a hot mess. Let us not do that. Okay, so like I was saying, when somebody tells me, where's the drop? Why isn't this lay dubstep-a's? I have to go to my sample packs for wubs and find something and put it in there and then be like, you know what, this ain't that bad once I put some processing on it. So let's see. We don't want a build-up. We want a phrase. Phrase, pads and leads. I'm going to try to put this in without previewing it. Okay. Because who wants to preview these things? They're all the same anyway. It's just dubstep. D minor. That's the thing. They're all being satirical. It's never a serious statement. But making music is serious business, guys. You've ruined the song. It's terrible now. Oh, I got to start over. No, it's gonna be all good. You gotta trust in the heart of the music. Madam Barry, you're banned. Okay, I'm doing this blind, and I'm doing this blind because it's way more fun. So this might turn into hot garbage. We don't know until it's done. I want to do more chopping, but let's just see what sample we actually have here. This might be bad. Let's, of course, for the sake of tension.
So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can, and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Oh shit, this is supposed to be like a bandpass. Yep, it's awesome. Fuck y'all. It's a little too high. It's a little too beefy on the highs, but as far as the bass goes, it gives it a really cool kind of edge to it. Yeah. Funk.wubs, yeah. Shit. I don't even need to do anything with some of this stuff. I mean, this like perfectly separates it out into a triplet. Okay, so we just go like this and duplicate, and we go like this, -2, so it'd be 10. Oops, we got to warp this first. I'm just going to grab random doot over here because we need something right here. Could you please duplicate? That's all I ask for in life. That is not how swing works, is it? Are we in triplets? With this Ableton 10 update, like the grid is so faint. It's really hard to see where anything is, and it actually bothers me a lot.
Remember to save.
Hey everybody, remember to save. I bet I can change that somewhere. But I can't be arsed to do that right now. Is it arsed? No, the grid is like super faint. Let me... Oh, perfect. Thanks. Yeah, I can't... Yeah, I can't change that. Well, unless I do that, but then I'll give myself an aneurysm looking at it. So I'll have to look at that later. It's just really faint. Anyway, adding dubstep to this worked really well.
Then you'll be able to rely on this
Thank
thing
you.
for years to come.
Thank you for the suggestion, Wobby Funkle. Yeah, something kind of... Is this in triplets? God, I can't tell. It is not. Now it is. Well, that is definitely not right. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad I could provide some soulful dubstep, funky, weird... I don't really know what this is, but I'm glad that I could provide something for your family. Funk step. Whoops, gotta turn on warp. That's why you always leave a note. It's a little loud. So I'm actually going to use a compressor to limit the volume but also lower it because it's a little all over the place right now, and I want to make sure that things are a little bit more stationary when it comes to... Because this is... mostly window dressing and some kind of cool things that happen in the background. And I don't want to like have this overstep the rest of the song. You know what I mean? So. It's like a sine wave. Ooh. Oops. Honestly, it just needs that little bit at the beginning.
Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Oh, okay, that's the neighbor. I heard somebody talking, and it's like...
Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Because Christine's like teaching a hoop workshop or a hula hooping workshop right now. And I'm like, oh, if she's still here, she's going to be super late. So I wanted to make sure there wasn't something going on. Oops. So this... Let's find another drum loop. Let's just let's just throw a bunch of drum loops in this. There was one that I used the other day that was really cool. This might be too much. It's probably too much. There's too much going on here. And it's also, it sounds like it has some like MP3 distortion, like some bit crushing. Yeah, it sucks. We're getting there, though. We getting there. I mean, the other thing I can do is I can pull out the trusty melodica and bug the neighbors with it. I'm sure their dog would hate it. We just got new neighbors the other day. Yeah, no worries, Dark. Thanks for swinging by, man. I appreciate it. Let's try to do some soulful melodica. That'll work, right? Not if the mouthpiece falls off. Let's try that again, everybody. Gotta fix that one part, but that might work pretty well. Yeah, kind of lost my way there for a second, mostly because my face fell off, figuratively. Um, we're getting there. We getting there. Got 20 minutes left. Got some weird stuff going on. That's okay. Just beep and boop. Like that, and like this. I don't know. This is going to be one of those songs that I'm not going to like for probably like 6 hours after the stream, and I'm going to be like, man, I really donked this one up, didn't I? And then I'm going to listen to it and be like, you know what? This was okay, Ben. You're the okayest music streamer out there. What were these? Empty. This one's empty, and this one's empty. Oh yeah, it's because I put stuff on that, and I was like, no, this is dumb. Okay, let's listen to the whole thing. Let's get the holistic view, everybody. I also feel like I have like 3 minutes left, but I have 20 minutes left, so I can also still work on this a little bit more.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
This needs to get scooted over. It's not in triplet mode. Still not in triplet mode. Oh my God. I'm gonna lose my bananas. There we go. No, I mean, I like listening to chill music when I drive simply because I get super like, I get real sweaty when I drive. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason driving is just the worst thing in the world for me to do.
Result.
And I appreciate the chill music.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
Oh, I kind of remember where that's from. It's from a music channel. I think it's from this channel. Sorry. Yeah, it's totally from this guy. Okay, I am subscribed to him. This is totally where it's from, right here.
This is the world's manliest pencil. It comes in a concrete tube. All right. So, as you can see, this has not been
It's totally his
yet.
voice.
The thing that I'm now able to talk about is that I understand all of the features and then write about how.
I
think this is it right here.
Remember to
So let's open
save.
up bag number one.
Hey everybody, remember to save.
Okay, so yes, so other. And it's a good idea to actually go through white, blue, or green.
Yeah.
That it's socketed here. And these are loosely to the
It's in here somewhere, I swear.
ways. And those kinds of problems can be tricky to troubleshoot. So anything you can do during the organization to make sure that your components and to minimize the chances of any contamination or problems.
I'll have to find it later. Sounds great. Oh, I don't even drive, but I clearly listen to this while photo editing, sculpting, or soldering. So yeah, man, I love making music to work to. I think that's one of the coolest things that you can do. The music that like isn't obtrusive, and I love music that's not obtrusive. And some people think of that as like wallpaper music, like music that's just there but doesn't really affect you. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like, I think that it's really cool to be able to not necessarily influence, but to attenuate somebody's work. Not attenuate, that means to lower. To affect. Whatever. I can't word.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out.
This is totally him, though.
Set up to perform that job as
I like the
flawlessly
googly
as you
eyes on
can,
his little suction
you're
thing.
going to have a much better result.
I'm gonna have to sublimate. Don't make fun of me. That's not it at all. I use words when they're appropriate. These drums are mixed for no, the opposite of interfere. Like I want the music to it's kind of like positively affecting, enhance the process. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get directly inspired from whatever's going on in the music, but it helps get you in like the right mindset to be inspired just in general. And I think that that's really cool. Telling the drums to get down right now. Yeah, flow. And stuff like this. It's just like channel 1. I just kind of want to go like this. I haven't done this in a long time, actually. I haven't done one of those in a long time. It's the Ben Breath Special, which sounds really gross, but it works super well when you do it right. The Breath Special is the secret menu item at my restaurant that doesn't exist. Needs more echo. Where's my delay? So any major transition, we can use this now.
The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to
Ben SMR.
And what's even
Uses background music. Would affect you in some way. Yeah, affect is probably the word I was looking for. Watch videos on YouTube from a magician. You use the kind of music that just works. Yeah, man. And that's like the cool thing about music, where there's a lot of art that can inspire you, but it has to like be active inspiration. Like you have to be looking at it or you have to be reading it. And music is one of the rare, if not the only forms of art that can be experienced passively and to a lesser extent, like other forms of art can be also experienced temporally, like reading a book, because that takes time. But like the idea that it's something that like evolves over time and it's something that affects you, it's just like really cool. Music's cool, guys. That's kind of what I'm talking about.
through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues. And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. So don't be that person. Take your time and enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Okay, so this needs to get scooted over. So we're in a good position for this song right now, to be honest, where we can actually take our time and just like make it sound a little better. We're at the point where we can just listen to it on the speakers. I think like structurally the song is done, but being able to go through everything.
So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Oops. I'm going to turn on the mastering again, so it's going to get a little louder, so just watch your earballs. You know what I mean. Take care, Pohi. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate that. And soothing streams are what I try to do best around here, so I'm glad that I was able to meet your satisfactions, and you don't have to worry about getting your money back. Which, as I stated at the beginning of the stream, is you didn't pay for this, so even if you did get a refund, it would not be very satisfying on your end. No, Jank. You can't pay in time. Time is not a payment, it's an investment. That was unnecessarily deep. And that's like, that's something I've said for a lot of things. If you, like, the most valuable thing you have is your time. And the most valuable thing you can give somebody else is your time. Yeah, it's an investment in yourself. And sometimes those investments don't work out. It's up to you to determine. I ain't selling myself short. I can't determine the value that you get out of this. You're investing your time, and you have to determine the value which you get out of the stream. It's been like 15 minutes, and I haven't been able to finish listening to a 3-minute song.
Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Okay. Gonna free up some space down here. Yeah, it's like, as always, it's taking a metaphor to the extreme. It's just like, you know, you invest your time, and that's perfectly fine. And yes, that time can pay dividends, but it can also not. Like, there's plenty of times where I invest time watching YouTube videos that are 90% garbage. And, you know, that's just part of the process. I think this song is done, but I'm going to listen through it a time or two more. I still have bug bites from Canada, man. Bug bites are crazy in Canada.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
Maybe. Or the geese. It's everything a growing internet boy needs.
Through something and then take 3 times as long as you need to because you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues.
Sometimes I need to listen to the advice.
And what's even worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good. So don't be that person. Take your time and really enjoy the process as much as you can and try to make the product as perfect as you can. Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
Needed more jams. The guaranteed stream, yeah, the guaranteed stream is Wednesday. Thank you, Zaxis. Guaranteed stream is Wednesday, but I typically stream on the weekends. It's been a little bit more difficult lately. Oh, I recorded on the wrong one. Whatever. It's been a little more difficult for me to stream lately simply because I've had a lot of stuff going on. Why is this so quiet? Yeah, so I try to stream over the weekend. The best way, of course, if you wanted to watch my streams, is if you go over to twitch.tv/Ben_Burns. There should be a little bell icon up there, which will send you an email notification whenever I go live. But, you know, that's totally up to you. I really don't want to spam anybody's mailbox. But that's the best way to, like, know. But guaranteed Wednesday, usually weekend, sometimes Friday. Hey, everybody, remember to save. We got 3 minutes left. I like how derailed we got in the last 20 minutes here, where it's like, oh, the song's done. Let's just fuck around. High ends here need a little bit. Actually, it's the mids, not the highs. They just need a little clappy reverb. Or delay, not reverb. You know what I meant.
Then you'll be able to rely on this thing for years to come.
So,
Hey everybody, Soapy's here. You wanna do it to what?
hey everybody, Soapy here. Reminded you to wash your butt. Anyway. Soapy needs a theme song. Does he? Does he really, though? I do need to make more videos. I want to do a water video. And I also want to do a like get up and stretch video. I know for the get up and stretch video, I had a lot of requests. I'm basically done with this song, so I'm going to fuck around for the next minute. I had a lot of requests to bring in my my chunky strong boy from Extreme Mining as like the mascot for that. So I might have to bring in this guy. He should have eyes. That would make him a little less creepy. There we go. So I just need to figure out how that's going to work. Either way, like this song is done and it turned out pretty cool. I'm looking forward to listening to it in like 3 hours when I'm not a little burnt out on it. However, time's up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's find somebody to raid. This was a ton of fun. Let's see if there is anybody out there. He's playing Satisfactory. Is there anybody playing music? Wee-oo, wee-oo, yeah. It's like I want to see somebody making music, not somebody. And yes, playing guitar and stuff is making music too, but usually those people are just playing like covers. Hey, that's me. What's this dude doing? I dig it. Let's go to this guy. I don't know who he is. At least I don't think so. Yeah. So yeah, if you are interested in this song, I haven't been doing my like pimping at the end of the channels lately. If you like this and you want to see more, you can go to Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, and YouTube /Ben_Burns. That's BURNES, and you will be able to find all of the other content that I make. If you want to support me and download this song, as well as about 200 other songs and 2 exclusive albums, you can go to patreon.com. Patreon.com/Ben_Burns. And for $1 a month, you can support this. You can support me and my studio and get a bunch of songs. Boo or Boo Earns? I love that joke. I named my cat after that. I named him Boo. Yeah, that's all I got. Guys, thank you again so much for hanging out. I am going to dump a raid over to Carter. Be sure to say hi. Give him the music love. And yeah, I'm going to end the stream. And again, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a ton of fun, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Thanks, Yigrick. I appreciate that. Okay, everybody. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.